Hi guys, welcome to the fourth episode of Chef Tales with Sarah. Today is a very special day because today is the Independence Day of Pakistan, 14th of August, and I thought what better way than to celebrate it by celebrating amazing Pakistani women. Pakistani women are not only inspiring, not only amazing mothers, amazing hosts, amazing at whatever they do, at their jobs, as a homemaker, as wives, sisters, daughters, but also they're resilient and inspiring, and they really can have it all. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our guest for today, a Pakistani woman who has a very unique journey to becoming a chef. Like other chefs, she did not step into the professional kitchen in her teenage years and realized her passions later on, and went on in 2015 to take a culinary arts diploma from the Jordan School of Hospitality, and further on went to France in 2017 to complete her degree in French patisserie from ENSP. She was lucky enough to have trained at Sebastian Bouet, who is an amazing, renowned chocolatier and also a pastry chef, and she also has work experience from La Marcier restaurant in Lyon, France. So let's not waste time and have her join us. Chef Farah Zubair. So we're just waiting for Chef Farah to join us, and
Hi,
then we'll take it from
Sarah.
there.
I'm good.
Hi
How are
Farah, how
you?
are you? I am very well. Very
Oh,
nice to
yeah,
finally
my
see you
pleasure
live.
too. I was looking forward actually to see you and meet you on live.
Same here, same here. Guys, hi, Hira. Thank you. Hi, everybody who's joined in. This is Chef Farah Zubair, and her journey has inspired me so much that I wanted her to come on our 14th August show and inspire other women, other Pakistani women, and women around the world to pursue their passions and their dreams. And I will not take up more time. I will ask her to tell us about her journey and how she led up to becoming a pastry chef, and what was her journey like.
My journey started when I moved to Thailand in 1998 after my marriage. Then I was thinking, I don't know how to cook. And I have to cook. I was craving desi khana, Indian curries, Pakistani, biryani, kebab, kofta. And I met a lot of people. They were inviting me to have meal with them. There were like 56 nationality at the campus that day, that time. And when you go to someone's place, you enjoy the traditional meal they offer you. They show you their lifestyle, how they express their emotions, feelings through meal. So by sharing that meal, create a bond with all those people. They become good friends. And then we were talking always about food and Pakistani food and how much they love biryani and naan. And I never cooked all these things that time. So I say, okay, Farah, you have to cook now. Think how you are going to do that. So then I somehow I am good when I eat something. I remember the flavor and texture and the aroma. That's the only skill I have actually. So then I thought, okay, my mother.
So that's an inborn skill.
Oh yeah,
You're an
maybe.
inborn chef.
And then it
Gift
was
from God.
experiment, lot of waste. Cooking for two-person rather than I was cooking for like a big family. Like I saw my mother, my aunt, my nanny cooking for that. So I had wrong calculation every time with the ingredients and with the pots. But slowly, I start to realize that how I can cook good food. And but the outcome of that big mess was that when I was cooking a big pot of biryani, chicken curry, lot of dough to make naan or roti, I was sharing with my neighbors. They were from Finland, they were from India, they were from Nepal, they were from Burma, Maldives, Vietnam. So I was saying, okay, why should I waste the food? Give to my neighbors. It's a good way because I learned from our culture that you share the food with your neighbors. You know, I saw that with my family, with my mother. So for me, I grew up.
And this is a very
Yeah,
beautiful
I think
Pakistani
that's the
culture,
thing.
I feel.
When you eat together, you make a bond. You know, it's more like when sharing a meal, breaking bread with someone,
Very
they
true.
become close to you
Very,
somehow.
very true.
Like going to a movie is a fun, but when you are sharing a meal, you start discussing about your culture, your family. It's become more personal, I think. So my journey started
Yeah.
become a chef, not a chef, but a good cook. When I met Amma, she was mother of our friend. Everybody used to call her. All the students were calling her Amma, and she was very generous lady. But I was really impressed that she was like 76-year-old, but she was very active in kitchen and cooking for everyone without thinking it's from different country, different culture, different religion. Although she was hardcore vegetarian, but she doesn't mind inviting anyone from
Amazing.
Vietnam who was like that, who doesn't know about dosa or idli or sambar. So I started to go there for a lunch and dinner, and then I just got interested that okay, I have to learn these things. I never tasted this food, but this food tastes really delicious. And then one day, my Nepali friend, she invited me for a momo party. I said, "What is a momo party?" And she says, "Farah, you should come and check it." Then I found it's a momo, it's sort of dumpling, but they were delicious. She was really nice to me. She gave me the momo pot. She taught me how to cook. So the journey started like that way, cooking with friends, cooking for friends, cooking with family. And then I start to get good review from my friends. Oh, Farah, you're a good cook. I said, don't tell me. I don't want to cook. I hate cooking. But they said, no, how come it's really good food? I said, oh yeah, ask my husband. He suffered a lot with my cooking. So yes, I'm going back as soon as I find a job. I'm going to work. Then I found a job at AIT, start working as a professor assistant and event management and all these things, which was my background. Teaching at Harrow International School as a part-time teacher because somehow I kept working part-time because I had two young kids at home to take care of. Now they are grown up adult. And then I did some other food exhibition with other student. There was a Pakistani student union events. They asked me, Farah Bhabhi, can you cook for us? Because they were selling that food to have money to support some other students. So then I start to cook like a big quantity. It was like 500 kebabs or 10 kg of biryani. And I don't know, Sarah, how I managed. Now I really think that how I managed. And but that time it was just excitement to help them be a part of our community and share our food to other people. So it was excitement. It motivated me to learn food and culture from the other countries. And then moving to other countries, like we lived Thailand for 8 years, then moved to Egypt, then we moved to Jordan, and then I cook as a chef in Beirut, Lebanon. They invited me as a chef to cook Pakistani food there. I was teaching cooking to women in Jordan. All these things I just did because I was thinking, okay, I have to share our culture, but also I didn't realize that I want to go being a chef as a profession, you know. So in 2011, I got scholarship with the Hull University, and I was ready to leave. I packed my bag. I say, okay, this is the time. This is the time I was waiting. My kids are grown up. They are teenagers. I can manage. the university now. I had a background in development sector, so mostly about gender, with the kids, with all these things. But then my husband told me, "Don't do Farah. You won't be happy. You are more happy in kitchen. Why don't you take a break and tell the university that you will join next semester and take this 6 month and think about food?" I say, okay. Meanwhile, we moved to Jordan. And then he came home and he took me to Culinary Institute. It was just out of the blue. He came home, he asked me, let's go. It was like a 2 weeks only when we reached Jordan and we were not able to settle down. But he took me to school and on the spot, he paid my fee, registered me. The question everybody asked me, oh, now you are 40. Why you want to do it now? I say, I don't know, ask my husband, he thinks I can do it. So that was like a joke for some time. But that changed my life at all. I was like so excited. I was so happy cooking for 1,000 people. It was a culinary school attached to the Century Hotel in Jordan. So you were getting training at the hotel. So there was a weddings for 5,000 people. Jordanian love having a big wedding. So you were learning how to cook 8 lambs, marinate them, carry them. It was
Oh,
a
wow.
wonderful experience, and I really enjoyed it. And then I told Zubair, yes, Zubair, I want to continue it. Being a chef, I want to become a professional chef. And-
And that's something that gave you happiness from within.
Sorry?
And that's something that really gave you
Yes,
happiness from
it is.
within.
It made me realize that I am very happy when I am in kitchen. Otherwise, I am a very grumpy person. So I decided, okay, let's go. In 2017, I applied. My husband got job in Iraq, Erbil. So it was a non-family station for UN family. So I was not able to go. My son was already in UK doing his master's, and my younger one was in middle school. So my husband told me either you can stay in Jordan because I got job at Hyatt Hotel that time. And I was thinking, shall I stay here? Then he asked me, oh, you were always thinking to go somewhere for more study. Why don't you take this opportunity and go for further study? So I see, okay. So I got admission in at Culinary Institute, Vancouver. It was like a Northwest Culinary Institute in Vancouver. I got admission, I packed my bag, and but then I found out that they rejected my study permit on the basis that I was not serious student. I was coming for immigration purpose because in this age, who want to go for study?
Oh.
And then I said, I don't care. If you are not giving me visa, I can go to France. And ENSP, École Nationale Supérieure de Pâtisserie.
And French cuisine is, I mean, the heart of all culinary. I mean, who would have known you would have ended at, in
I
France
didn't
learning French
realize because
patisserie?
for France, it was more, I was thinking about the language issue because I didn't know the language. So France was on my mind for many years for a short
Yeah.
course on bread or pain chocolat to learn all these things. But going somewhere where you don't speak the language, it's bit hard because living in a different country, I learned adapting a new culture, learning a new language. It's quite hard on as a person.
And also, I feel like in France, English is not very common. Like in other countries, you can still manage, but in France, you really, really need to. And I think there's one of the viewers here is also in France at the moment, and no, I don't know what she has to say about this, but that's my personal experience. That I feel like French really, they endorse their language also, and they want, they don't really sometimes even reply if you're
Uh,
talking in
it's not
English.
because they are rude, it's because they don't know how to answer you, you know. So the sign language is very
Exactly,
common
yeah.
here when you go. I got help from everyone. I think I am lucky, blessed, or whatever. I always end up having some road accident, hitting car in snow, doing something really stupid going on with me always, because I am a bit explorer and adventurous. So, and I did all these things, but I always got help from the kind people. But in 2017, when I came, it was like, okay, now this is my life. I'm going to be here. ENSP is amazing pastry school. It's like 40 years old school. They have the reputation of being a best school in France. So if you are trained with this school, people say, oh wow, she's trained with ENSP. So I thought, why not take the chance? If they're not giving, so in within 2 weeks, I got my admission, I passed the test, I got the visa, and I was here on 1st September, and I joined the school on 4th. So these 3 years I spent at
Amazing.
ENSP in this tiny little village in mountains, isolated, but it's fun. It's fun.
And I'm sure you made a lot of friends from
Oh,
like
yes.
all over
We
the
were
world.
12 people from 12 countries. Although it was a bit hard, me being young, because I was 43 and they all were younger than us, aged between 19 to 23. We had our own problems, sort of things, because you have age gap, or maybe you don't know how to communicate with the young
Of course,
people, the
of
way
course.
they think. You don't understand.
And different life
Yes.
stages have
So
different problems also. So you really
yeah,
can't
you can't
connect in
connect,
that
but
way.
the friends, but I think we had a really good time in class. Yes, we were not socializing after class, but we were good teammates in school, because there is a sort of feeling to be a good pair, good team, and you have to do that. So being in class, we all were really good with each other. But after class, no, we were not hanging out. And it was my first time being alone, without family, friends, without language.
Without family.
So I, for first 6 months, I was like suffering emotionally. And then then I kept going. I made a promise with myself that I'm going to become a good chef, and I decided to learn it. So I don't care if I have friends, if I'm alone. It's a snow falling outside. I have to walk 4 a.m. in snow. I'm falling down, hurting my knees. And the other thing was, physically, I will say I am an overweight person somehow, and being overweight, I had a surgery before coming to school. So it was a major surgery. So physically, I was not fit also to work in a kitchen for long hours, 6, 7 hours standing in a kitchen, and then sitting for 3, 4 hours for theory classes. It was a bit hard. But I decided, no, I have to do it, not for me, but for my son, to show them that, oh, mom is strong. She can achieve this. Yeah,
So the
mother
mother
is a
is
role
the role
model. And then
model.
I think I made promise with my husband, because he's the one who told me that I can do it. All the odds were that she's coming back after 3 months. She has a midlife crisis. Why you are wasting money on this women now in this age? All these things. But he was the one. He says that I can see that she's very passionate, and this is the only thing makes her happy. So I think she deserve a chance. So that was also motivation for me, that I have to kept going in this hard environment, whatever the circumstance. I have to win. You know.
And that's such an amazing story, Farah. Somebody has commented that it's an amazing story and you're really a role model. And how about somebody's also asked, what's your favorite
My favorite,
cuisine? Since you've like really been, you've had friends all over the world, you've lived at so many places, and
I will say,
so
I
what would you
still
say?
crave for a good chicken curry and good biryani and good naan. I cook. No, I'm not saying because I'm from
So
Pakistan. I am cooking for everyone. For past 22 years, we are traveling, we are meeting new people, but everybody is telling us, "Oh wow, I didn't know this curry is so amazing. This naan, this bread." And believe me, after that, when they were saying, "Can you give us a cooking class?" That's how I started teaching Pakistani cuisine. I had a very famous cooking classes going on in Jordan when I was there for 3 years. And I was like, okay, if you are in Jordan, go to Farah's cooking class and learn the chicken curry and biryani. I was teaching here because I cook for a few friends and they asked me, can you please give us a class? I said, okay. I think our food is really rich. Techniques are different, but the ingredients are same. You are using cumin, you are using fennel, you are using ginger, garlic, but the way you use it, that's the only difference. We cook chicken rice, pilaf, you know, it's very normal in Pakistan. But same way in
yeah.
Lyon, people cook it. The only difference is it's exactly same ingredients, same way. The only difference we cook in a pot and they bake it in an oven. But at the end, you can see we have a little bit more cumin, a little bit more green pepper in that. But a part of that, it's just like a very similar. My favorite cuisine after Pakistan is Thai cuisine. I I was lucky to learn at Blue Elephant Cooking School with Chef Noor, and she's famous
Wonderful.
for her old cuisine. You know, old royal cuisine. She was teaching, and I went back. When I was in Thailand, I didn't try because I was not considering become a chef. So I never went to any cooking school. But after doing my culinary diploma in Jordan, I decided, okay, I love Thai curries. Everybody tells me that you cook really good curries. And I just learned by tasting the texture and flavors. That's how I was cooking at home. And then
And also, like Pakistani food, I feel Thai food is also so full of flavor. Like it packs a bunch of flavor
it's
in it.
amazing.
It's
It's
amazing.
refreshing. It tastes good. It's also very similar to our curries, actually. You know, we like little bit spicy. We use lot of spices, and same way Thai use lot of spices. The only difference is they have a different chilies or different flavors for different curries. You know, like if you are cooking green curry, you use everything green in that curry. If you have yellow curry, you use yellow chili, yellow pumpkin, yellow vegetables. So that also like pleasant to your eyes. You know, when you see it, you feel, oh wow, it looks amazing. So I certainly will say that okay, Thai cuisine is my favorite after Pakistani cuisine.
I think I know somebody personally who doesn't live in Pakistan, and he says that every time I miss Pakistani flavors, and when I'm missing the chili, the kick of chili in my food, we usually go out to have Thai food because it's
Mhm.
actually really close to Pakistani. So you still get your kick of the chili in your Thai food. So yeah, I totally agree with that. So Farah, like you were not the sort of a person who had this dream of becoming a chef, since the time you were growing up, or like, usually professional chefs step into the kitchen in their teenage years. So obviously it feels like, you joined it much later. And also, you had a lot of struggles and you had like hindrances on your way to becoming a chef. Like, it's not a usual story that we'd hear every day. And especially, I feel with Pakistani moms, and there's so much external pressure, you cannot really you're not like not the entire world is with you on this. So I feel like your story really inspired me when I reached out to you, and I thought, I mean, we should share this with the world. And who knows which other woman can actually follow your footsteps. So I wanted to ask you, where did you have your best ever experience, and why would you call it your best
For my
experience?
first internship in France, it was at Sebastian Bouet. Working at Sebastian Bouet was amazing experience. one thing I did.
I feel it's an honor. Like I would
Yes,
do
it was
anything to be
honor,
there.
but more than that, it was like a life-changing experience because first year I told you I was really struggling in school. So I decided I'm going to quit. I will open my own restaurants and I will open my own cafe. I don't want to continue with school. But when I went to Sebastian Bouvet for 5 months, and I start to realize, no, I like being in kitchen. I like being with people. I like to learn new things. To be with Sebastian Bouvet's lab was more or less was the idea because it's a big operation. It's a centralized big lab. He has 7 shops in Lyon. They produce really, really huge amount of pastries, macaron, bread, and chocolate.
You know, my mouth is watering
Yeah.
while you're talking
Oh,
about
then
this.
you should try his ice cream. Oh my God, the ice creams are so amazing.
I've only seen it all in videos and pictures. I've never been lucky
So
enough to
next
actually be
time,
there.
please do come and we will go. They are really nice people. And they are really kind people because I was a bit scared that I don't speak language. And when I applied for internship, they asked me to come for an interview. So I went there. They asked me to work one day with them. Usually they ask you to work 2 days at least before they make a decision after 2, 3 weeks. I worked there just like a regular day. It was 6 to 3 p.m. And at the 3 p.m., chef told me, okay, send us your contract because school make a contract with all the labs. So my French is not that good. So I thought his English was not that good. But so I thought maybe I misunderstood. How come he's asking me contract? Maybe he doesn't like it. But he's saying, I say, chef, which contract? He says, oh, if you want to work, you have to send the contract. And I was literally shocked because before me, there was other 3 people went for interview. They worked there for 2 days, 3 days, and they told them we will call you back after 1 month or 2 weeks. But I got the job on the spot. When I went back after
Amazing.
2 months to start my internship, and I asked the chef, I didn't ask that day, I start working. And believe me, people say, oh, chef, it's so exciting being a chef. I want to be a chef. Believe me, when you go to school, that's the other journey. But being as an intern is really tough. They don't think you are old, you are women. No, you are intern. You have to do from scratch. And having a big business, consider how many dishwashing was there. And I did 6 weeks of dishwashing, peeling tons of apples, slicing lemons, slicing fruits, all these things, and just dishwashing. And one day, after almost 6 weeks, one day, I didn't complain. People were crying in the dishwashing because there was so many other interns. But I never complained if they told me, go to plunger. Plunger was dishwashing. So I will just say, yes, chef. That's it. I will not say why I'm not doing, why you don't ask. I didn't argue with them. So after 6 weeks, chef asked me, we were having coffee break and he came, Chef Damia and Chef Mandy, and they were saying, hi Farah, how are you? Are you feeling good? I say, I'm feeling good. The only thing I think it's written plunger here. And then they start laughing. They say, okay, actually, we bet that no interns can do dishwashing after 2 weeks. And they laughed usually, or they start crying. And there are some people, they were betting she's going to leave soon. And you didn't leave, you didn't complain. So we were checking on you. I say, okay. But that was 6 weeks was really hard. But at the end, they made sure that I work with each and every team. I work with both sous chef and the chef, executive chef. And after 4 months, I was like there for 6 months. And then they told me, oh, Farah, you didn't learn ice cream because I was in morning shift. And I say, yeah, because you make ice cream in afternoon. And he said, shall I put you in an afternoon shift? That's the only thing you didn't learn. And he asked me and he put me in afternoon shift 1 month so I can even learn the ice cream. So it was such an amazing experience. People think that if I'm going to some place, being an intern, or after few, I have seen so many people going to school for 2 3 months and they start to have this, something. I am a chef. That sort of feeling, and then you are working as an intern and they ask you to do something and you suddenly no, I am here to learn something. I'm not here cutting apples whole day, or I'm not here to squeeze lemon whole day
Exactly.
or dishwashing. But for me, because I was more or less a very patient person, and I was very lucky to train with the chef Abdul Rahman in Jordan. He was very famous. He was a good teacher, good trainer. He trained a lot of people who are working in a big five-star hotels in Middle East. He's known for his passion and teaching. So he was my mentor in Jordan. May his soul rest in peace. That old man told me one thing, Farah. If you are in kitchen, there is a certain things you have to follow, because the chef is in bad mood, chef is in not happy, he's struggling with personal issues, so he's going to show you some emotion, he's going to shout at you, scream at you, but he's not screaming at you, he's just doing it because he has his own personal problem. So if you want to succeed in a kitchen, be nice, show respect to everyone, and when you reach on a certain level, just think you are not going to repeat those mistakes, those attitudes. You have to change the behavior. And unfortunately, in kitchen, it's bit hard. People are rude. People exploit you. People treat you badly. People think that, oh, you are intern.
There is politics, just like I think
It's
every
just
other
like
field,
any
there's
field.
politics.
Women are complaining of harassment, sexual abuse. Everything is there. But then you have to find
Yeah.
your way in that mud. You are just going to find your lotus somewhere. Where you just go and say, no, I'm happy, I can do it. And if you are really passionate, I think you can survive that hierarchy.
That sounds about right, and I think this bit we should save as your you know like a giveaway from your instructor to you, and now you can pass it on to so many other people. I think this would be your advice for aspiring chefs and people who want to enter this field, or also the others, because I mean there are no shortcuts. I feel you have to peel the apples, you have to do the dishwashing, you have to clean up the mess. It's not like first day you're going to a professional kitchen and right away you're going to start learning of amazing things from the menu. So I think this would definitely stick with me also as a message and as an advice from
I will
you
say
and your
my
instructor as well.
messages to everyone is that you can become a chef going to a school if you wanted it. If you are passionate, you can go to school, you can learn, become a chef. But to become a good chef is be a open-minded, and always challenge yourself. Don't stop because you have learned, you know. You have to be more open-minded to new ideas, actually. That's how you will create a new cuisine, new dishes, new flavors, new aroma. I have seen people that they think, okay, now I'm a chef, I don't have to experiment in kitchen. They are just stuck. I have seen sous chef, I have seen executive chef, I have seen junior chef, because they start to realize that, okay, I am happy with this job. They are good, but they are not best. So be a best. You have to challenge yourself.
You have to continuously learn and the world is constantly moving. There's so many new techniques coming in, so many new even like products and kitchen utensils and equipments coming in. I think you should, I mean, 5 years back I could not think of so many things that are present now. So obviously, if those things are being made, try them, experiment them. I think this is something that I also feel, that continuous learning, really gets you places. So Farah, on a lighter note, what are your top 5 favorite
My top five
ingredients?
ingredients are, the number five is a very humble ingredient, that is vinegar. I saw someone was asking what makes Thai curries really good. I will say, if you are cooking
Really
Thai
good.
curry, use 1 teaspoon vinegar. Vinegar binds spicy, sweetness, sourness, saltiness in any curry, any Thai curry. But part of that, you can just use vinegar in any curry, any rice dish, any dough, anything. It's a humble ingredient, but it's like amazing ingredient. Like scrubbing your kitchen utensils, you can also use it. Wipe your stove top. That's also thing. My number four
Yeah.
is Szechuan pepper. Szechuan pepper. I learned Chinese
Wow.
cuisine, and then I came to know about Szechuan. The aroma, the flavor, the texture. You can use Szechuan pepper not for savory dishes, but you can just use it a pinch with the basil, with the mint in desserts, in mousses, in cream, in ice cream. It's amazing. My number three ingredient is flour. You can make any type of bread, sauce, halwas, desserts, anything. So it's just like makes me happy. If I have a flour, I don't need anything. I even cook flour to make atte ka halwa, that is like a flour with jaggery, gur. That's my childhood memory, being in a village with my grandmother. So still, when I miss, it's my comfort food. I just take out. I can't find the jaggery, so I just use brown sugar and just butter and roast that flour with butter and add the brown sugar, and that's my comfort food. My number two is lemongrass. Before learning Thai cuisine, going to Blue Elephant School, when I was in Thailand, I just found that it's amazing ingredients. You can make tea, you can use as a medicine. And when I did my R&D in school for the last year, it was a project to create your own first recipe. So I did this mango and kaffir lime dessert with the lemongrass and Sichuan pepper. I mixed all these things, and everybody was surprised with the texture, with the flavors. And
It
yeah,
sounds
and chef
so
told me,
unique.
"How come you are using all these things?" I say, maybe because my travel journey and my ideas and living and learning about different cuisines and cultures made me realize that you have everything, but you don't think that you can mix and match all these ingredients.
So the combinations and the creativity
It
really,
does. And
matters.
my top most favorite ingredient is the coconut water, and just add little agar agar, and you have an amazing jolly for decoration of your pastries. You use coconut milk, make smoothies. You use coconut cream to make curries. And curries is not about Thai curry. You can make Malaysian, you can make Indian, Pakistani, French, whatever curry you want to make. Or you want to make a ragu, which is more like a stew. You just do it. You just use the coconut for all these things. And when we talk about the dessert,
It I think offers such a great base. It adapts to all the spices so well. Whatever you add, if you want to turn coconut milk and cream into like a sweet dish, it adapts really well. If you want to turn it into like a savory dish, it adapts really well. I think the
coconut is
adaptability of the
it's
coconut is
amazing.
really
But
amazing.
my favorite is coconut ice cream. I am addicted to coconut ice cream. Whenever I get a chance to go to Thailand, I always go to Chatuchak market in
Thailand.
Thailand. It's a huge weekend market. And I eat coconut ice cream like a crazy person. Bowls of coconut ice cream every day. I'm there. or sticky rice with mango every day. That's my staple food when I'm in Thailand.
And Farah, tell me, what would be if you just had to pick one favorite
That
kitchen
is
equipment?
knife,
What would
no
it be?
doubt about that. I love knife,
Knife.
and I think without knife you can't do anything in kitchen.
What is a chef without a knife? So, tell me, Farah, like, you have a very different experience than others. What would you, if you had to give a message to, all the people who are watching and who are going to watch later, and all the aspiring chefs and people who are just scared, mothers maybe, who are in their 30s, 40s, late 20s, and they're thinking, okay, it's too late and I can't do this anymore, or it's not my time to do this, I just have to take care of my kids in the house and that's it. What would you tell them? What would you tell them that would get their dreams,
I will
going?
say age is just the number. If you are motivated,
Very
if you
true.
have dreams, and you really like this field, it's a hard field. The only thing it's really hard physically for women.
So a lot of physical
So
exertion,
if
yeah.
you are really motivated, go for it because you can achieve it. If you are just going it because you saw some chef on TV or you saw someone cooking good food, you didn't see what is behind the curtains, you know.
Exactly. And even when we go to the restaurants, we don't know what came, what happened, all happened behind that plate of food that we've been just
Yes.
easily served, We don't know
So
what
go for
all went
it.
in the kitchen.
Uh, I think it doesn't have to be with the being a woman or man or gender or age group or your education or your background. I think it's more attitude towards something. People want to become a doctor, people want to become a chef, air hostess, pilot. I remember I wanted to be a doctor, but when I saw the blood, I said, no, I can't handle that. Now I'm cutting meat and I don't feel bad, you know. I wanted to be a air hostess because I was looking at the sky and so wow, plane, I want to be there. So it's like you change with the time. Some people are lucky they found their passion at very young age. Some people like me who prefer that, okay, I have a house, I have a husband, I have a kids, and they are my first priority. And then my feelings, my passion, my dreams are secondary. But never give up. Uh, be a person. You just need to find a time, a right moment when you can make a decision to go for something you really like it. It's never too late. I have met some people, they are like 55 years old and they left their job and they are just here for short trainings. They were not crazy like me coming for bachelor degree for 3 years, but they decided to learn it a basic course for 6 months and then they can go back and work and learn. Don't worry about going back. Just think that if you are starting something, never give up. It's going to be very hard, but let people know that yes, I can do it. And for the people who likes cooking, or you are a good chef, no doubt about that. But my feeling is that cook with your heart. You know, when you are saying that person, that is something different, taste is really good. I am using same spices. Everybody use Shan spices now, you know. But there was a time everybody was cooking at home, and you will say, "Oh, my aunt cooks best biryani in the town. My nanny cook best kheer in the town." I think the secret ingredient is cook with your heart. Put your emotions, your feelings. If you are enjoying it, sharing a meal, I think any dish will turn out fantastic. It will taste amazing.
Farah, these words sound so comforting and also so inspiring. And so many people here have said in the comments that your story is really inspiring for them, and it shows that you really worked hard. And I feel so proud, not only as a woman, not only as a Pakistani, but all over. Just like I reached out to you, I saw your post somewhere, and I thought, oh my God, this is something that I have only seen on maybe MasterChef. People who are in middle ages or even older ages, they are, leaving their job and they're just coming to MasterChef. And I'm thinking, I've never seen Pakistanis do that. And when I read your story for the first time, I felt so proud and so happy to read it, because, it really made a connection with me, and it really made me feel like, oh my God, there are people out there who are going to inspire other people. So we must have them on this platform to talk about their journey and their struggles and what all they went through. Just one last question before, actually, two last questions. We're out of time, but I'm going to still ask them anyway. One person is asking, how much did it approximately cost you to train as a patisserie chef
So
in France?
ENSP is really a best school. And then there is a Paul Buku. Paul Buku, everybody knows he's a very famous chef. Then there is a Cordon Bleu. But if you want to specifically get training at ENSP for pastry, because it's known for 40 years for pastry school, the cost is around 14,000 euro per year, which is a bachelor program. And then they have short courses, which will cost you 18,000. They are for 6 months, 8 months with 2, 3 months internship. Uh, other than that, you have a living cost. Europe is a bit expensive, but you can control your costs. You can rent
Yes.
a huge apartment, huge house in a valley, or you can live in a housing provided by school, which is very cheap. It's around 500 euro. You can find a studio for 300 euro per month, including all the charges. So at the end, it will cost you approximately 25,000 to 40,000, let's say, because it fees not that much. Yeah, it is much. Yeah.
Also, it
Because
depends what sort of a lifestyle you want to
if
keep
you
over
want to
there
keep
and
a
how much to
car, you
spend.
need a car insurance, which is almost 1,200, 1,400 euro per
Of
year. Then
course.
you have a medical insurance that will also cost you 700 to 1,200. There, and then if you love to hang out, socialize, and of course you want to go all those Michelin star restaurants, you want to go for dinner, lunch, you want to taste the best food, then it will cost you a lot, because the tasting menu is from 100 to 500 euro. So
Yeah.
it depends on you how you manage your expenses.
Okay, and one last question, or you'd say, we want to ask like any tip that you'd want to share, or any short recipe that you'd like to share
uh,
with all of us.
my secret tip is, if you are cooking a Thai green curry, if you will use more Thai green curry paste, it will make a very spicy. If you will use less, it's very white. It doesn't look like a Thai green curry. So grind some basil leaf with little bit water and add it. So you will have a very nice green color, but is required.
Oh, that's amazing.
And
I'm
it
going to
won't be
try
as
this one,
spices
Farah.
by using a lot of green chili. And if you need a recipe, just send me a message and I
Yeah.
will be happy to share all my recipe. Usually I post on my Facebook page every time I, but I don't mind sending you recipe when you have time. If you want to cook something, just ask me. I think keeping secrets with me or hiding from people is not giving me lot of money or satisfaction. I believe that sharing is caring, and we should, not as a chef but as a person, whatever knowledge, whatever skills we have, we should transfer to others. That is the way you will live, you know, not by keeping secrets. Okay, I know how to make a best caramel cake, but I'm not going to tell this one. You are gone, the recipe is gone. No one will remember. But if you are sharing that recipe
Exactly.
with someone, they will cook it, they will enjoy it. You are making people happy. And that's a blessing. And I think God will reward you for your best deeds. So never think that, oh, this is a secret. I need to make money from these secrets. No, money will come to you. If you won't run after money, money will come to you. Power will come to you. But sharing with everyone, I think it will give you more player. And you know, it's feel good when someone send you message, oh, Farah, I tried this one and my family is very happy. That makes me really happy. I don't want to tell people that I spent thousand and thousand of euros in my training. I'm not going to because I want to open a fancy restaurant or Michelin star restaurant. Who will come to my restaurant? They are coming, you know. But you are cooking at home and everybody has their own way to cook. We were 12 people in class and at the end, same recipe, same chef, same ingredient, but it was tasting different from everyone else. And you will say, oh, it's different. It is different. What did you
Definitely.
add? No, I didn't add anything. We have the same thing. So that's why I was saying, cook with your heart and your food will taste amazing.
Thank you so much for the wonderful tips, Farah. I think I enjoyed this interview so much, and so many amazing comments over here saying this is the best interview so far, and they loved your story, and they love you as a person, the tips and the advice that you're giving. And I've really enjoyed it.
I'm
I
really
am so
happy
happy that we got to talk.
to
And
share, and it was really player. It was like I people ask me, and I say, I'm not. I'm a bit shy from the camera. Someone asked me to do a cooking class, and I say, no, I can't do because I don't know. Maybe I'm not good with teaching online.
no, no, you definitely you must, because you're amazing, and you are the kind of a person who would teach so much, and so many of us can learn so much from you. Guys, for those of you who don't know this, Farah is on her way to open up her own kitchen and restaurant in France, inshallah. And whenever she does, we wish her the
Thank you,
best of
Sarah.
luck with everything, and may God bless you and make it a wonderful experience for you. Thank you for coming and
Lovely
joining
to
us
meet
on the
you.
show,
Thank
Farah.
you. Bye.
Likewise.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you guys for joining. Bye.